guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been so long since I've sat down and filmed like a makeup tutorial. Like, I didn't even know what to talk about. You'll see later on in the video just how much I didn't know what to talk about. But I thought I would sit down. I had some new products that I wanted to try today, and I thought I would just sit down and kind of chit chat, or at least try and chit chat, really. I have a nice glass of Mike's Hard Lemonade in a wine glass because I wanted to be fancy. But anyways, today's video is mostly focused on the Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette. I'm not going to say too much about this palette, but this is how the eye look came out. You will see how I created it. I'm not going to say too much about it, but this is what she looks like. You get a mirror on the inside, and then you get 20 eyeshadow shades and 8 shimmers. The rest are mattes. What can I say without giving too much away? I think it's a versatile palette. You could create a colorful look with this, or you could create a neutral look with this and then put a shimmer somewhere and make it really pop. But that's all I'm saying. Gonna have to wait till the end of the video to see what I really think about this palette. Okay? So I'm actually gonna insert some swatches so you guys can see how they swatch. Even though swatches aren't everything, but I still thought I would throw them in there. If you just want to sit down, have a good time, play with some makeup with me, try and talk because I can't, then grab yourself a glass of wine or Mike's Hard Lemonade and let's jump right into this video.
Jack it up.
Okay, and that is the entire palette completely swatched. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. Alright, so I'm just priming my eyes with my Revlon Candid Concealer as usual. Alrighty, you guys, it has been so long since I've sat down and done like an actual makeup tutorial. So for all my subscribers out there that are here just for like makeup tutorials, I am so sorry that I have been slacking on that. It wasn't intended at all. I just had like other video ideas and I just really wanted to do those, you know? I don't know. But I'm back in the groove of things. Okay, we're gonna start doing more makeup tutorials, all right? So today I just wanted to sit down and have a nice cup of Mike's Hard Lemonade to have a nice little chit chat. So I'm not sure where I want to go with this eye look. I'm not really sure. I'm not gonna lie, the blues are like really screaming my name, so I'm probably gonna go that route. Is anybody surprised? I'm not gonna hold up the palette every time I dip into a color. I'll just insert pictures of it up on the screen so you guys can see. So I think The first color I'm going to go into is the shade Cursed. Ooh, that picks up so good on a brush. I barely dipped my brush into the palette and look how much product came up. Look at all that product. That is insane. So I'm taking that on a Jessup 234 Luxe Smoky Shader brush. These are really good brushes. I got them off Amazon and they're really, really good. So I will have those linked in the description box down below so you guys can try them. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of just like a typical me look. Just really wing it and drag it out. I'm not worried about the bottom because it's going to get cleaned up anyways, so I'm keeping most of the product right on the outer corner, and then with whatever's left over, I'm just kind of lightly flicking out the edges just so it's easier to blend. I'm only going to put that on like the outer third of my eye. I'm not going to take that color all the way in because I think I want to dip into some of the purples in this palette. But look at the pigment on that blue. That is insane. That is so good. Ooh, girl. Next, I'm going to dip into the shade Voodoo. And I'm using a Morphe and Jeffree Star, the JS11 brush. And we're going to use this to pull into the corners of the eye. I'm really not sure what we're doing here. I'm just kind of going for it. So if it looks like garbage, that's why. I'm keeping my eye wide open because I do have hooded eyes. So if you have hooded eyes, try this trick. That way your eyeshadow can like really, really pop. We look insane right now, but that's okay. So to blend the blue out, I'm actually going to take the shade Bewitched. And I'm just going to start pulling out this blue. Oh, can you guys hear my stomach? It's like going wild over here. So far, these shades are very pigmented and they're blending out really, really well. I mean, I'm not surprised. Beauty Bay has some of the best eyeshadows ever. Like, they are so good. I'm just blending it a little bit into that purple, just so it's easier to mesh the two colors together. These shadows are so pigmented. Wow. These are great. I look crazy. Trust the process. All right, so then I'm going to dip into the shade Sorcery, and I'm going to use that to blend out this purple shade. I'm going to blend that in with the blue. And then just making sure to really blend out these inner corner edges. I don't know what it is, but with me, when I do my eyeshadow like that, for some reason, the inner corner shadow seems to like really, really stick hard to my eye. So I have to work like extra hard to blend it out, but it's worth it. And it's blending out super easy. Just a fair warning, you guys, this is going to be like a really blown out look. Sippy, sippy. Okay, so then I'm going to take the shade Wish, and I'm going to put that right on the outer part of this blue. And then I'm also going to blend out that second blue shade that we put down. And I'm actually going to take this blue shade a little bit further into that purple. This blue is so beautiful. It's like a pastel minty blue. Oh my god, it's stunning. These shadows need like no effort whatsoever to blend out. It's just so effortless. Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful. I know I'm taking it out really far, but it's me. Like, is anybody surprised? All right, and then I'm going to dip into the shade Enchanted. and blend out this second purple shade. So at this point, this is kind of when I like to go back in with all the colors that I laid down before and just touch them up, make them more pigmented, you know, all of that good stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that super quick. Well, super quick for you guys, but like 20 minutes for me. All right, so I'm going to take the shade Moonlight, and I'm going to use that as a brow bone highlight. This is not the right brush for this, but it works, I guess. I will say the shimmers in this palette are so shimmery. They are beautiful. I mean, you could see these from like a mile away. No joke. Okay, so next I'm just going to take my Morphe concealer. This is just a plain white one, and I'm going to cut my crease. And this time I'm actually going to do it on camera because two of my friends have pointed out that I always say, I'm going to go cut my crease real quick. You guys have seen me do it 1,000 times, which I say that every time I cut my crease. But then they're like, we don't know where the video is where you've actually cut your crease on camera. So I'm going to do that and make it a little bit easier for you guys. So I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. And then what I like to do for a cut crease is I'll like start it right on my lid and then I'll look up. And then where it lands right here is kind of my base point. But if I were looking at you straight on, you can't really see it on the lid because I have hooded eyes. So I have to take it a little bit higher than that. And the trick to a cut crease is don't stretch out your eyebrow. It's so hard not to. I do it all the time. But don't stretch out your eyebrow because it's going to make it uneven. So just try and keep your eyebrow relaxed, at least until you have your shape. And then just start stamping on that product. You can take it as high as you want. You can take it as low as you want. But just take your time. So once you have your shape down that you like, then you can stretch out your eyelid and fill it in or make it straighter. Whatever you want to do, just make sure that your eye is completely relaxed when you're first starting it out. And then towards the end, I like to just flick in the shadow with the concealer just so it's easier to get a nicer blend on the outer corner. Cut creases, they aren't easy. They take some time. I still struggle with them from time to time. It's perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm actually going to use my finger for this part, but I'm going to take the shade Spell. Look at that. Are you kidding? How could I not use that? That is, oh my god, it's gorgeous. I'm going to put that all over the cut crease. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh my god. It's totally like that mermaid blue green type of color. It's stunning. Oh my gosh. I like to use my finger for shimmers, but then like getting on the inner corners and stuff is like the tricky part. So I usually will go in with a brush just to do the detailing. So I'm actually not going to take this all the way up to the cut crease. I'm going to stop it just enough to where you can see it with my eye open, and then we're going to add a different color in there. So then I'm going to take the shade that we used for our brow bone highlight, and I'm going to put that right up to the cut crease. Oh my god, this palette is seriously so amazing. I really hope it's picking up on camera just how beautiful these freaking shimmers are. Stunning. I'm just going to go back in with the first blue shade that we used and just clean up these edges right here. Just kind of help blend them out a little bit. I like to do mine at an angle. You can do yours however you like. But I like to just go up at a slight angle. Oof! Those blues are insane. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up my under eye and clean up this edge. Just make it nice and sharp. Oh, So far, it's like, I love this palette so far. Every shade I've used is honestly so good. They're so pigmented. They're very easily blended out. Like, there's a shade in here to blend out every freaking shade. Like, it's so good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead off camera and do my other eye, and then we will come back and finish up the face because I have a little bit of new stuff to try. So be right back. All right, the eyes are done, and I just went in with these Ardell 3D Faux Mink lashes. They're the number 853. They're pretty good. They're like really spread apart. They're dramatic, but they're like, I don't know, like you can still see through them, so they're not covering up your entire eye look, you know? Got those on. Refilled the wine glass. Okay, so we're just going to move on to the face, and I'm going to go in with my Revolution Pro Blur Stick. I haven't used this in like a really long time. It's really good. I just haven't used it in a while because I've just been so hooked on my e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. But this is still really good. It just gives you like a nice, smooth, blurring base to work with. It's really nice. And then normally I would tap that in with my hands, but my hands are full of like eyeshadow color, so I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of push it into my skin with my sponge. And then for foundation, I'm going to go in with my Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. This is in the shade 110 Light. I love this foundation. It like matches my skin tone almost completely perfectly. It has really, really good coverage, but it's not like cakey feeling. It doesn't feel like thick or anything. It's really nice. I feel like I don't know what to talk about anymore. Like while I'm doing these videos, like I feel like I'm just sitting here doing makeup and I'm not talking. Like I don't know what to talk about anymore. It's weird. I haven't done one of these in so long. What's new in everybody else's life? Like let's just start there. For concealer, I'm actually going to go in with my Huda one. I feel like I haven't used this one in a really long time. I've been loving the Juvia's Place one. It's really, really good. It's full coverage. It's brightening. It blends really nice. Like, it's a good concealer. But sometimes I just want to, like, go back to my roots, you know? And this concealer is so good. It feels amazing because it has that, like, little metal piece on there. I'm going to blend that right on out. Usually I let my concealer sit on my skin for a while I do my cream contouring, but I don't know. I just don't feel like doing that today. Then I'm going to go in with my Huda Tantour in the shade Light. I've been using the LA Girl one all the time. But again, just kind of want to use up things that I used to love. Plus, like, I've hit friggin' pan on this thing and I don't know how. So quickly. But I love it. And once it's used up, I will probably buy it again. I know it looks crazy. But right now we're just depositing the color. That's all we're doing. And then I'll go back in with my Beauty Blender and just kind of go over it just to make it blend more, make it look more natural. Seriously, I feel like I just don't know what to talk about anymore. Like, I feel like this video is going to be so boring because I just don't know what to talk about. I don't know. So I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Loose Translucent Powder. I've been loving this so much. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I love my I Heart Revolution Coconut Powder. Did you hear my throat? But for some reason, I've just been loving this one a little bit more. I feel like it's more finely milled and it's like super brightening on the skin, especially if you apply it like I am with a wet sponge. It just kind of brightens up your whole under eye. And it just like melts right into your skin. It's so pretty. I use this everywhere. I apply it the same way as I do my under eyes all over my face. I go heavier in my T-zone because that's where I'm mostly oily. And I like to apply it kind of heavy down here just to clean up the contour just a little bit. Just so it doesn't look so messy and misshapen. And then what I like to do is go in with a big fluffy brush afterwards and then just kind of like really buff everything into the skin. And then I like to feel my face after I've set it just to make sure that none of my skin feels sticky. So that way when I go on with other powder products, it doesn't stick and get like all muddy looking. And then for bronzer, you guys know I've been loving my Morphe bronzer and Icon. It's just so good. It's a huge freaking pan. It's just a good color. It's pigmented, but you can go really light-handed and get just really nice color payoff. I was at Ulta the other day and I was gonna buy another one. But let me tell you about my freaking Ulta trip, okay? I was very disappointed. So normally, whenever I go to Ulta, I can spend some money there. I feel like that's all of us. We could all spend lots of money in Ulta. But for some reason, I don't know what it was, but I just could not find anything that I was like, I have to have that. You know, I don't know why. I got 3 things from there, which I'm not saying that's like a bad thing, but it's just weird for me because I normally get like a bunch of stuff, you know, and then I regret it later because I'm poor. Yeah, I only got a couple things and they weren't even things that I was like, oh yeah, I have to have that. They were just things to like, oh, I guess that's okay. I guess I'll try that. Like, what is wrong? It was just so weird. I'm going to go in with this blush from Tarte. It's one of their 9 Ways to Shine cheek stacks. And this is in the New Year's Eve Decked Out in Mistletoe stack. And I'm going to take this shade right here very lightly because these are super pigmented. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know if that's happened to you at Ulta, where you just walk in and then there's just like, nothing's really just catching your eye and it's just kind of depressing. Okay, so I did get a new highlighter and I have already tried it before, but I want to try it again. I've only tried it the one time. And this is the Wet n Wild Mega Jelly Highlighter, and mine is in the shade Blaze and Glaze. When I bought this was the only shade I found, so I don't know if it comes in other shades. I'm sure it does, but this is just the only one that I was able to get. She looks like that. It's like a very golden champagne highlight, and this thing is so pigmented. It's insane. And you can put it over your set face already, but I do recommend that you work quickly with it because it does tend to dry like super, super quick. I'm just going to go in with my finger and I'm literally only going to take like the smallest amount and just kind of start tapping that where I want it and then quickly blending it around before it dries. It's kind of a product that you have to like baby because it's already dry and it's not like in a shape that I really want it to be. So I kind of just have to like really work with it. But the payoff is beautiful. Look at that. That is so blinding. It's honestly beautiful. I wonder if I could go over it with my sponge. Let me try that. So the sponge doesn't really do much. I feel like this one kind of came out in like a straight line. Like, it's a really pretty highlighter. You just have to work with it a lot. So, I mean, I'm sure you could put this like under your powder and it would probably work a lot better. Do a little bit on the nose, Cupid's bow, and then I'll take the tiniest amount and put it above my eyebrow. Because we all know I love my highlight right there. I feel like it works a lot better like everywhere else on your face than it does on your cheeks. It works really good on your cheeks, but I feel like it's hard to get like a really nice shape out of it before it starts to dry. I don't know. Either way, it's still really good. It's pretty cheap. If you have like the patience to work with it, then I would recommend getting it because it is a beautiful highlight. It really is. All right, so the face is done and I'm going to finish up these under eyes really quick. I'm not going to do anything crazy with them. I'm just taking that same first blue shade that we used and I'm just going to run it right under here. And I'm not going to take it all the way in because I'm going to go back in with the shade Moonlight, which is the shade that we used for our brow bone. And I'm just going to kind of put that on the rest of my lower lash line. All right, I'm gonna add some mascara really quick and then we will move on to the lippies. Okay, so for lips, I'm actually really excited for this because I got 3 new lipsticks and they are the Velvet Trap lipsticks that Jeffree Star just released. You guys, the packaging is amazing. Like even the packaging that it comes with, like the little box, it looks like this. It says Velvet on one side and then Trap on the other, and it's just like a little cardboard box. But even like this is freaking pretty. But this is what the packaging looks like. It's like this little pink tube. It is so pretty. It has like little stars, the Jeffree Star logo on them. And this is in the shade Funeral Parlor. So if you look really close, I'm sure you guys have all seen this, but if you look close, my camera would focus. The Jeffree Star logo is like all around the lipstick. How cool is that? Maybe I'll show you like on a different lipstick so it's easier to see. I got 3 of them. I got Funeral Parlor, Diet Mannequin, and Honey Suck Me. So this is Honey Suck Me. It's just like a super pink, corally, gorgeous shade. It's amazing. So pretty. I have not even tried these yet. But what I like about these is that it's magnetic. So it's like, it just snaps right on there. I don't know. They're heavy too. Like they feel very like luxurious. I don't know. They're really pretty. I'm excited to try it. I think I'm going to do, I think I might do Diet Mannequin. I don't know. Maybe I'll do Honey Suck Me just because it looks freaking beautiful. So I'm actually going to line my lips first, and I'm just going to go in with the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Party Girl. This could be a mistake with my hair, but I still want to try it. Okay. This might be crazy. I don't know. And they smell really good. Ugh, they smell like vanilla. Okay, let's try it. Oh. 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 Woo! That is freaking bright. I'm probably going to change that and just try other shades. But oh my god. This is so bright and actually so pretty. I don't think it meshes well with my pink hair. But it is beautiful. The lipstick was so creamy and it just glides on like so effortlessly. Clearly it's pigmented and clearly it is bright as shit. But I don't think I like this with this look or with my hair. Beautiful though, especially if you have like black hair, like chocolate brown hair. Oh, beautiful. So I'm actually going to wipe this off and then I'm going to try another shade. The next shade I'm going to try is Funeral Parlor, and this is just like a super light, like really light baby pink. It almost looks like a lavender color. So let's try her out. Whoa. Ignore like the residue of my lip liner right here. But I think this lip color actually matches this eye look like pretty good. Not gonna lie. This color, I don't know why, but it's like everything to me right now. I think this is so pretty. Oh my god. It's just that like really innocent, like it's so light, it's almost nude, but it just has that like little hint of like a pinky lavender shade in it, and it is gorgeous. This is so freaking pretty. I'm going to wipe this one off, and then the last one I'm going to do is Diet Mannequins because it's the last shade I have. So, okay, so I did line my lips with Morphe's Love Bite lip liner. So now I'm going to try Diet Mannequin. I'm excited. These things smell so good. Like so good. They smell like the Milani lipsticks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is a beautiful shade. That is gorgeous. Oh, I mean, to me, this one right now is the most wearable. I mean, obviously I love my colors, and I would rock Funeral Parlor and Honey Suck Me any given day, but with my pink hair, I feel like it kind of clashes a little bit. So this nude lip is a little bit more up my alley right now. All 3 shades are stunning. They are beautiful. I highly recommend them. They are so soft. They are so creamy. They're so pigmented, like, ugh, and they smell amazing. Anyways, that is all of my little first impressions for you guys. Let's get a close-up of this eye makeup. All right, you guys, so this is the complete and finished look with all of my new products that I had to try out today. And I must say, I really love the way the look came out. I think it is so beautiful. I'm having like the Little Mermaid vibes right now. I don't know why. I don't know. But let's talk about the main focus of today's video, and that was the Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette. Now, this palette, if I dare say, is one of my favorite palettes so far. This is so good. It is so pigmented, so beautiful, easily blended. Like, it's just such a good palette, and it's only $20. Like, you cannot beat that at all. This is stunning. Even if you're not into like the blues or the purples, there are neutral shades in here, and if I'm being honest, if you don't like the colorful shades, the shimmer shades are so good. They are amazing. They remind me of the Nikkie Tutorial shimmers, which, I mean, they were made by the same company, obviously. But I don't know what it is, but Beauty Bay is just stepping up their freaking palette game. This is so amazing. Like, I don't even know what to say. There's a shade in here to blend out everything. You have your dark purple to a medium to a light, your dark blue to a medium to a light, or if you want to go this route, like more blue and less minty, you could do that. You have your black blended out with the brown, blended out with that. Like, you have an option for everything. Like, they were really thinking about strategy here. Like, because most times, you know, you look at a palette and you're like, okay, so I have one color, but what am I supposed to blend that out with? But they really thought about this one, in my opinion, because you could just blend out everything with everything in this palette. It's amazing. I really don't know what else to say about it, except I think you 100% need it. I think it is so good. I don't know what's up with my eyebrow. It really is just a good, solid palette. So if I were you, I would go to Beauty Bay's website right now. I will have it linked in the description box down below, and pick yourself up this palette. You won't regret it, especially if you're into the blues and the purples and like shimmers everywhere. You need this palette, okay? All right. I'm not going to touch too much on everything else because the main focus of this video was the palette, but the Jeffree Star lipsticks, they're amazing. That's all I'm going to say. The Wet n Wild Jelly highlighter, it's good. You do have to work with it. It's your choice. But anyways, that wraps up today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's been a while since I sat down and actually like played with makeup and talked about it. Clearly, you can tell it wasn't an easy road for me to do this video. Felt like I had nothing to talk about. But anyways, I'm going to stop flapping my gums over here, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what you think about this look, or if you have this palette, what you think about it. And I have nothing else to say except I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! So blinding. I'm a gargoyle watching the passerbys.